Alright, so what we're doing today is we're going to be cooking asparagus. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on our gas on the high and carefully move it on top. Now this is a very tall pot, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to wait for it to boil. I'm going to put the cover on top so that it cooks faster. Now make sure you don't put in your salt in your water until after it boils, otherwise that changes the, what does it change? Boiling. That changes the boiling point. Alright, the next step we're going to do is cut the asparagus.
Welcome to Healthy Vegan Living, a whole food plant-based lifestyle.
Alright, now the first thing you do is you take out those rubber bands. They're really useful. But you see here the ones on the top here? Sometimes when you try to pull them off, you can break these tips, and you don't want to do that. So let me show you what you do. Take some scissors and just simply cut it so it doesn't break it. And now your tips aren't going to be damaged. Same thing on this one. Like that. Now we're going to wash them. So let's move to the sink. It's helpful when you have a spray like this, because then you can go and touch all of the areas of your asparagus. Just be careful of the tips so you don't break them off. Next we'll be cutting off some of the bottoms. Save your bottoms so that you can make asparagus soup with, which we'll be showing later how to do that. Alright, so these are all clean. Now we're going to move them up. Alright, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to just cut a little bit off the bottoms. Like about that much. And you can save these pieces for later. We're going to be putting these in the pot. They're going to be standing up like this. Okay, so now what we're going to do, these are the ends of the stems. We're going to put them in a baggie, and then we'll make some soup out of this. Stick it in the fridge. Don't forget it's there, and then you'll be able to use it for soup. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to let the water continue to boil, and then we'll show you the next step. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create a sauce for it. Ordinary Valencia Oranges, or if you have any oranges, this is another way of doing it. So we're going to cut the oranges, and I'm going to juice them. And as before, it's going to be fast forward, so that way you don't have to watch me cut up 5 or 6 oranges so I can make the sauce. Alright. Okay, so now that the water is boiling, take the top off. See, now it's just, and then you put the asparagus in. But before you do that, put in some salt. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then put in your asparagus. Carefully, don't burn yourself. One at a time, like that. And you want to make sure they stand up. You're probably going to have to use something to keep them straight. Thanks, honey. It's going to cool down the water, but it's going to get back ready for you quickly. This water is really hot.
Okay,
Duh.
put the lid on.
Okay, now we're going to put the lid on and we're going to cook it for 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes. All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so what we're doing is we're making a little tofu topping for the top of our asparagus. So what I've done is I've juiced about 6 giant oranges. Valencia Oranges are perfect for making juice, and it's about 1 cup. After that, I cut up 2 medium-sized kiwis. Kiwis are really good for anti-inflammatory. So you have trouble with your bones, arthritis, you can't beat this fruit. Next we're going to cut up, this is half of a container of tofu, extra firm, from House Foods. Okay, the next thing we do is we're going to take the other half of the tofu that you see right here, and what you do is you put it into a container and you surround it with water. And if you change this every single day, your tofu can last several days, 3, 4, even 5 days later. So we're going to put this in the fridge. Okay, now we're going to put the lid on this. So this ends up to be a delicious topping. This ends up being a delicious topping because not only does it provide protein from the tofu, it gives you a little bit of a citrus kiwi taste. So then what you do is you end up having this. Now if it's not thick enough for you, you can put some more tofu in, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to give a little bit of taste over the asparagus. We're going to save the rest of this meal for a smoothie in the morning. Alright, so now we just have to wait for the asparagus to cook. Now this is the asparagus water that cooked the asparagus, so save this for your stock. It will make a very good beginning to your asparagus soup. Okay, so we're going to let this cool and we're going to stick it in the fridge and we're going to save this.
The asparagus was delicious, and the Valencia kiwi tofu sauce added a unique taste. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.